Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Wish You Were Beer, a weekly live beer review show where we check in new beers, try new beers, go through some tasting notes on them, do a little bit of history and research on the brewery in case you're not anywhere near them or can't get to them anytime soon. If you do me a favor and go to the bottom of the page, there's all the business end of things. Phil's favorite.
You got to do it. You're not on YouTube unless you request it.
True story. So if you go down to the bottom, you can like and subscribe, share, whatever you want to click there would be great. It also has our beer drop link.
Don't click everything. Like let's not give everyone freedom to click whatever they want.
Yeah, don't click that thumbs down button.
Yeah, don't click that.
I totally forget there's a thumbs down button.
Yeah, Daniel, you can't be telling people to click that.
Great. Now we've got 3 thumbs down. Look what you did.
2 of them are me.
Click it. He was just like, whatever.
No, but down at the bottom of the page is our Beer Drop referral link as well. So Beer Drop is a subscription-based service that we use monthly so that we can all get the same beers, even though we're not in the same locations. So it's a monthly subscription. It's a great product. We've been using it for a while. Phil's been using it for a while. So if you click that link, you can actually get $10 off your first order. And Phil also gets $10 off his first order, which would be awesome.
God, I need it.
Moon's really expensive.
Yeah, and also down at this bottom as well is our individual Untapped handles, as well as the show's Untapped handle. If you're not familiar with Untapped, it's basically the social media of drinking. So it allows you to check in beers, keeps a history of the beers you've checked in. You can rate them. You can check in where you had them or where you bought them if you're drinking them at home. It's a lot of fun.
You can stalk people like,
stalk people.
Daniel's around the corner at our favorite place without me, and then I can just show up.
It's 6 a.m. Daniel's at the bar.
No, I'm checking in beers at 6 a.m. It's because I'm up and I forgot to check them in last night.
True story.
Let's get real. Anytime really before, I'll give myself at least noon. Anytime at least before noon, I'm not actually drinking.
I'm a live check-in guy. I don't often do it. I don't often do it late.
Okay.
I'm that rude guy who goes to a bar to see friends and then just is like, "Excuse me," while I check my Untapped, and then I sit there for a little while and I'm like, "What should I say?"
Me and Tiffany will spend 30 minutes somewhere that has 60 beers.
Tiffany and I.
And yeah, Tiffany and I. Check our Instagram. There's usually no grammatical errors.
I do like 8 things at once. I'm sorry. I know the difference between there, and there, and it's fine.
But do you know how to spell all 3? Because I think you struggled with one.
Yeah, it's ALLPHREE. I can spell all 3 all day. Anyway, if you go to the bottom of the page on our Untapped, you can follow us individually. You can also follow the show's Untapped, which is where we're keeping track of all the beers we've had in the past. Also down on the page, we're trying to keep up some extra content throughout the week. We've also got all our upcoming beers. So I think what did we decide? Almost a month.
We have 4 counting tonight out. So we have 4 out. And I'm probably going to add about 4 more tonight.
Yeah, so that gives you guys plenty of time. If you do want to have the beer with us, we've got the correlating dates of when we're going to have said beer, so you can go pick it up if it's somewhere available, or you could be smart about it and get on Beer Drop and find the same ones that we're getting and get the same boxes. That would be the easiest route. Also, I think one thing we haven't mentioned before is if you have an actual Gmail or you have a login for YouTube, if you actually log in instead of just watching through the browser, you can comment along with us. So if you're logged in,
talk to us. Just talk to us.
Just it reminds me of like Conan O'Brien needs a friend, like his podcast. Like, just please talk to us.
Just someone say something. Otherwise, it's just us hitting, which is fine. You guys are great. I love you.
Sure, yeah, that sounds.
But nice. Every week I'm talking to you, just the 2 of you.
You imagine how I feel?
Oh,
every day with
you. Oh.
I am the brunt of every joke on
podcast
or webcast or whatever.
I'm pretty sure that is the earliest we've ever used that one.
I think so as well.
Yeah. Do we even get through the intro? I don't even know.
No.
Gabriel's here. We got someone. Gabriel's here.
We have friends.
I think I'm done with the intro, actually. I think that was it. I think I covered all the business stuff, right?
I mean, you better. We're 5 minutes in and all you've been talking about is business.
Ugh.
You know?
Life.
Person! It's very exciting.
It is very exciting. So.
Whoa. Turn that off real fast. Hi, bye.
Sure.
We're
I
done.
was like, oh, hey, Kirsten. Go
Yeah, let's
no.
ask people to watch and then let's just cut them off real fast.
Sorry.
There we go.
Oh, sorry. I gave her an inappropriate amount of time compared to what I gave Kirsten. So, Kirsten. Yeah. And scene.
There we go. That's the appropriate amount of time.
Well, thank you all for joining.
True story.
Very much so appreciate it, because otherwise we would have no one to talk to.
The funny part is, if no one was watching this is exactly how this interaction would go anyway.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah,
yeah.
That was a bold-faced lie.
I think you might be more polished because people are watching, but I'm pretty sure.
No.
I'm pretty sure that eventually Tiffany would just disappear slowly off the screen, and it would just be Daniel and I just sitting here drinking beers, talking. Just talking about Rocket League, you know.
No, it's just me trying to escape because I need to pee, and I'm like.
That was last week. No one's gonna pee in the middle of this show, I feel.
How's your week been, guys? What you been up to?
Yeah. Better than last week?
True story.
Yeah, last week was bad. We had bad weeks.
Last week was not the best.
Sure.
But no, this week I feel like every day has been Thursday, and I've been looking forward to this. And then I realized it's not Thursday. It's like Tuesday or Wednesday. For most of the 2 days, I was like, obviously it's Wednesday or Thursday. But it wasn't. So this week's just been really crazy. I feel like all I've done is work.
During the work week?
Isn't that every week?
That is weird.
No,
all I did Monday through Friday was work.
Did you guys go to any breweries this weekend? You tend to go to them, so.
Oh no!
Well,
what did we do?
Last Friday we did go to Tradition.
We did take Charlie out.
We took Charlie out. Our other dog. We took him out to the brewery and just had a couple of beers there. I've been to 2 breweries today, but it was for work. So.
And what'd you have?
I'm from Germany.
This is a very interesting.
Ooh. Okay.
That's a very tempting.
Man.
But also, I feel bad making you shave your head because you're intoxicated, and I feel like I'm taking advantage of you.
I don't. I'll send them.
I think I'm on board with you now. You want to shave your head?
Second.
I mean, it is almost summer, so.
All right, so I'm going to put the link in to the comment section, and let's see where this goes.
Oh, no.
You guys keep talking. We'll see if we can get Christoph on here.
Okay.
Anyone else watching, don't click this link. I still can control you coming in, so. It's out there. It's out there.
We're gonna a terrible offer.
Oh, it's just a bad idea, but let's see how it goes. Well, let's keep going. What are we drinking tonight, guys?
So this week we are drinking a completely different style. We have been really IPA heavy, which is
my jam.
Yeah, it's one of our favorites. But this week we are doing. Oh my God, it's on!
We'll let you in soon. We're gonna talk about our beer that we're drinking first, and then we're bringing in. First off,
his head's already shaved.
Yeah, Christoph, sorry, dude, your head's already shaved. We're not letting you in. I'm kidding. We might let you in a second. Let's talk about this beer.
So we're drinking a Belgian Dubbel, and it is a Tamarind Belgian Dubbel from Spice Trade Brewing. And they are out of Denver, like a lot of the beer drop beers. I think that's kind of where they're centrally located, and so it's easy to grab the beers and then ship them out. So we did get this one through Beer Drop, and I read the tasting notes, and so Belgian doubles have always been kind of a hit or miss for me because some of them are really good and like clean, and some of them are just like really boozy, and I'm not a big fan of like hard liquor in general because I'm a giant baby. And so anytime beer tastes really boozy, I'm like, there's not enough sugar in this. Where's my umbrella? Like I need this masked in some way, shape, or form, much like the margarita I had last night. It was delicious. A lot of fruit.
All right. I'm not listening to anything at this point. I have to let him in. All right, Christoph, we will let you out of this room if you upset us. So let's see how this goes. Hey, it's a complete stranger jumping the stream. I love it. I'm excited.
I'm okay with it.
Everyone welcome Christoph.
How you doing, Christoph?
Oh, we cannot. You're off to a great start. We can't hear you at all. Cheers.
Cheers. Prost.
What are you drinking, Christoph?
What?
What are you drinking?
German beer. Bavarian beer.
Bavarian beer.
Nice.
How is it?
Yeah.
This is going well. This was the right choice. What are you up to on this fine German night, Christoph?
It's very early.
Isn't it late? Yeah, it's late in Germany right now.
Yeah, I think so. What time is it, Christoph?
What?
What time is it?
It's 2 a.m.
2 a.m. You are shithoused. Why would you be up at 2 a.m. drinking? That's impressive.
I can't remember the last time I was awake at 2 a.m. That is, as an adult, that just doesn't happen with me anymore. I can't party it up.
Now.
All right, Christoph. Well, we appreciate you watching the show, and thank you for coming on.
Okay.
We got a show to do, though, so we're going to cut you off, but I appreciate you watching. Cheers. Thank you for coming on. When your hair grows a little longer, come on back, and we'll shave it on air. All right, man. Thank you for coming.
Cheers.
That may be the best thing that's ever happened.
This is exciting.
I don't know why.
Also, I'm very excited that we have fans that are outside of America, because I feel like that's like, wow, we've really reached some people. That's very exciting.
I don't know how he found us. I hope he'll comment and let us know, because I think that's fantastic.
Right,
I do.
right. Like how
Like 2 a.m. He's like, get me on this beer show. I want to shave my head. That's already shaved. Like, it's fantastic.
I'd like to say it's the Instagram account.
It's that or the shirt.
It is the shirt.
He saw your spelling and he was like, I got to get on that show and correct it.
Anybody who misspells in English as much as I do is good in my book.
Absolutely.
All right, so back to the beer we're doing.
Okay, yeah.
Do we have history and facts of this beer tonight?
Doesn't matter. Roll that beautiful.
All right. Tell us a little about this beer, because I'm very excited about this beer, because I will be honest, I don't tangle in this area of beer.
Really?
I don't really know anything about it. I'm going to be flat out.
I don't think I know a lot about. I know I've had a ton of them, which is pretty standard for me.
Yeah, I don't even think I have.
Really?
I'm completely thrown off by this. So
okay. I actually just had a Belgian quad like two weeks ago in Maine.
They are all over 10%ers if it's a quad.
If you can get me a good 10, 11.5%er, I am a happy person.
Whew, yeah, that's where I go. Oh, no, that smells like college. I don't know.
Oh, we went to different colleges.
yeah.
No, once again, I'm just a giant baby, and I couldn't hang with the cool kids.
That makes sense.
Okay, so Phil, don't you have some slides? We can actually use those to talk about, so everyone else can read instead of trying to listen to me just ramble.
Sure.
So this is their mascot,
which I dig their insignia.
It is very cool.
Sorry,
I didn't find anything about what it was or what it represented.
It's obviously the devil who's trading.
No,
across the world.
it's
the spice devil.
Yeah. So. And I'm trying to remember what I wrote in my trivia questions, so I'm trying not to answer them ahead of time.
Okay. No, that's okay, because then people have to listen.
This is true.
Right.
Okay.
We did that last week.
Yeah.
This brewery actually originated in an Indian and Nepalese restaurant. And so a lot of their stuff, including the tamarind, which is a traditionally African and Indian spice. It's actually a tree that is native to Africa in the like tropical region. So it grows in a lot of tropical regions, but it's native to Africa. But anyway, that is a traditional spice that you would find in that region of the world. So like I said, they're in Colorado earlier. They have a lot of like global foods that they do in conjunction with their beers. Now that they've opened a new brew pub. And fun fact, and I actually just posted it on our Instagram, they were given the #1 best new brew pub in all of Denver. Denver Magazine just released it. So they posted it probably, I don't know, an hour or so before the show started.
I'd be more surprised if Denver had a magazine. For Denver?
Denver's huge. The greater Denver area?
The greater Denver area.
That is, though, I will say that's pretty high praise for them to be on that list, because I mean, we've been drinking a lot of Colorado, Denver-based beers because I think Beer Drop is kind of based in that area, and we've seen how many breweries there are there. So for them to get that is probably actually a pretty huge deal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about it in like local terms for us. Like if one of the breweries that we go to all the time,
it'd be like Hampton Roads,
the whole greater Hampton Roads area.
There's a Virginia magazine.
There's multiple.
There's literally there's a magazine specifically for Hampton Roads, and it's not crazy. Anyway, so they've been around for a while. They started brewing beer in that restaurant in 2008, and they've been kind of going on this like very ingredient and going from scratch as far as recipes go. And they do a lot of beer and food pairings, and a lot of their food looks amazing. I was definitely stocking, yes, Mexico as well. Once again, it grows really well in tropical regions. But anyway, I was stalking all of their Instagram photos, and I was really sad that I couldn't go eat them because at the time I was hungry. Never a good time to be looking at food photos, for the record. But anyway, we will post all this stuff with the like on our website. But very cool. They have wine, they have cocktails, they have food and beer. So if you're in the greater Denver area, you should look them up.
Cool. I was I'm just gonna jump in because I saw their frequent flyer program. I'm going right to it because I'm so excited. I think this is actually a very good, and you guys know I don't know much about these mug programs because I'm not a part of any of them yet, but I want to be.
Really selling it, Phil.
Yeah, this one sounds actually really good to me. This sounds like a good deal. So they have a frequent flyer program that's $150 a year right now, and you get $1 off your pour, a 6-pack every month, 2 beers on your birthday, which perfect. And then it's a few other things, but they have some other like add-ons, but that seems like a good deal to me. Is that pretty standard with mug?
No, I think that one's a little more than most. So typically it's percentages off of like every pour to some degree. So like the $1 off a pour, sure. Typically like their members only glass is probably going to be a bigger pour than what they serve.
Well, the Teku glasses, those are like the ones that look kind of like wine glasses. So they're a tulip shape with like a little thing on the top.
Yeah.
A little flare.
The 6-pack, 4-pack of your choice every month is pretty great. Because like the mug clubs that we're in, we just get a pretty harsh discount on any to-go beer.
Right.
But to get one free one every month is fantastic.
That's what I'm saying. That seems like a good deal.
Do I get free birthday beers?
I think so. I know I do.
For all the breweries that I go to, my birthday was the 6th last month, and I didn't get any free beers.
They're all listed.
You get a card.
So in the early accesses to all beer releases is pretty cool. I know the mug club that I'm in, they do some beer releases where you get early access, or they have a mug club only tap. So they put different beers on that tap that only the mug club members can drink from,
which is very exciting.
Which is nice because they do like a lot of nitro versions or different variations of their original beers that never come to market.
Right.
That I'm into.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm gonna buy in, I want to feel special. So
that's literally the only reason I buy in anything, Phil, so that people will like me.
Of course.
You know.
So there's a bunch more information. I don't know if we want to go through it as far as the Belgian Dubbel itself, just to kind of give everyone kind of a background on it. Otherwise, I have a bunch of graphics that I stole from the internet. It's actually from craftbeer.com.
I love it.
But so the Belgian style is typically kind of more ambery in color. It's not going to be really bitter, and it's mid-range as far as alcohol level goes. It goes well with smoked sausage, washed rind cheeses, and milk chocolate.
You had me at smoked sausage, man.
The milk chocolate, I was like really interested in, because I was like, I usually can like put them more with like stouts. But the more I was reading it, it actually like you can bring out chocolate flavors in the recipes depending on what you like add to it.
That makes sense.
So it's supposed to be served in a tulip glass.
Oh, you actually have one, but is Bob Ross on it? That's the
no, I'm drinking my current beer out of the Bob Ross one.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so there's like a whole bunch of other like flavor notes. Like, so the one we're drinking today has the banana flavor to it. It's what else? Chocolate caramel toast.
Well, I also think it's interesting that they gave you the other beers that you may like, if you do like this beer, because I'm a big
you love browns.
I love brown ales. I love Dunkels. Basically everything on that list is kind of my jam, other than I don't like the fruit beer so much. I do like a field beer, like a wild ale. But German style Dunkels and a brown porter in English, that is my jam. So that makes sense why I'm more of a fan of these than you are.
Right.
Because
I'm a lager, hoppy.
Yeah.
It's weird that you don't like the fruit beers, but it's your jam. I mean, that's just confusing.
Okay, Phil. That'll be enough.
Oh, what's that?
Days.
Does the guy on the moon have something to say? Nope. Still no.
Silent again.
No.
Oh,
All right. Why don't we jump into the trivia? And I'm going to keep it really short on these ones because I know that we are going long. Kirsten likes Dunkels as well.
True.
All right. So I thought that by posting a photo of what this was, it might give it away, but it 100% does not, because these are the weirdest looking things I've ever seen. So what the heck is a tamarind? Is it a bean, fruit, nut, berry, or a bark? Bark is obviously a giveaway. It's not bark. But
oh, thank God, I was going with E. Okay, thank you.
Too.
Yeah.
Now I'll be honest. I don't think I've ever had tamarind. So when I saw this beer and I knew that we were doing it, I didn't think to myself like, oh, this is a tamarind beer. I just went, that's a weird name for a beer.
You know what's funny? I did the same thing. Yes, I did. Because we're highly cultured people.
You are really uncultured.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not allspice, I don't know what it is.
We think Denver is a small little town.
Well, we're talking about the greater Denver area, though, so it's different than just regular Denver.
Sure.
The worst.
So
like this, it's the greater Denver area.
Oh, I get you like greater than
right.
sign.
The lesser Denver is over here. Okay.
I'm gonna go with whatever Vero just said because she mentioned where it came from earlier. So
yeah, I'm gonna also go with A. Yes.
So you guys are going with bean.
Yes.
Yep.
It is actually a fruit that is shaped like a bean.
Very
Ooh.
good.
So it's officially called a bean-like pods of fruit with a sweet, tangy pulp.
That is weird.
Yeah.
That is strange.
Right. And so they range depending on how ripe it is from like sweet to sour, and then as well as like whatever ingredients you throw in it, it will kind of counterbalance that. So if you add a lot of sugar to whatever you're making, it'll like counteract the sour. It won't be as sour. So anyway, this is kind of where some of those kind of more strange flavors that you read in like the title of what is in this beer come from.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. So this is a very unique thing. All right. So true or false, Belgian Trappist ales have been around since at least the late 1600s.
I'm going to go with true.
I'll go with you on that one because I don't know. So I'm just going to go with you.
I just think anything that's not originally from America surely is about 1600s or so.
That's fair. I'll go with you because there's no D. and I own. If there's no D, then it doesn't matter to me.
There hasn't been any D in weeks.
It's been a long time. A lot of E though. Now E's showing up.
It's true.
All right.
So Trappist ales, similar to like Parmesan or Champagne, have really strict rules of what they can and can't be. So if it's actually called a Trappist ale, it has to come from a monastery. They've been, let's see, I have more about this. It doesn't really matter. That's all. That's all you need to know. That's it. That's all you need to know. So Belgian doubles. So once again, this is the double variant of the Trappist ale. When was it first brewed? 1731, 1796, 1812, 1856, or 1897?
I don't think we needed A through E on this one, did we?
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
yes,
this is.
we did.
I just gotta try and throw everyone for a loop. That's my only goal at this point.
That's a lot of dates.
I know this one from
Just
memory.
pick one.
So
Well, so the Belgian Trappist is that like a single, or now this is a double?
So
it's
the
like,
Trappist ales is technically like a kind of like an umbrella, and this falls under it. But
Got
the
it.
original was a single, and this is a double, and then there's a triple and the quad.
so it took them quite a while to create this double.
100 plus
Potentially,
years.
it could
Yeah.
have been the first one, and that would have been like 30, 40 years later. But
Uh,
it's a matter of when did they get bored of that first beer that they were perfecting?
It's not when did they get bored. It's when did something go so wrong that they were like, we need to
Just
double
add
the
more.
amount of alcohol in this.
yeah.
War of 1812.
Oh, okay.
Belgian doubles first arrival on
Dang.
horseback.
I'm going with the same exact date. That's where I was sticking. Normally I go somewhere else, but I'm going there too.
So it was first brewed in 1860 or 50. I'm sorry, it's D. The answer is D. I'm sorry.
Phil, you should have gone
The
with
one time I don't go with the D.
I know.
You
I
are
even
an
threw
idiot.
that into D just because I figured, you'd pick it. I was hoping to help you out.
Oh, I know. I
So
should
it
have.
took a long time. It took a long time for them to be like, we're tired of this single. Let's make it better.
It happens to me every week. I'm like, I'm tired of this beer. I want a heavier beer. Or now I want this.
I think some guy just tripped and threw more into it than he expected, and they were like, "Oh, let's go with it."
Whoa.
Oh, we'll call this the double.
But let's spell it weird.
Yeah,
That's a good one. Okay.
I'm right there with you.
I just had to make sure. I don't want. Okay.
Anyway,
Oh,
all right.
so this
Next
better be
one.
fun because you say it's a fun fact.
Well, so technically I stole this other Instagram. This was a screenshot on my phone, and then I cropped it and I sent it here. But I did leave their little, it's from them on top, so I gave them the credit for the photo. Okay, so the Spice Trade Brewing Company originated in the Yak and Yeti Indian and Nepalese restaurant, which is located in a building that was built in what year? And I put it here, so if you want to try and figure out what this architecture style is, you could maybe do that.
Yeah.
18, you just pick A through E. I'm not going to list them all.
So you want me to try to reason out what style of architecture this is?
Mhm.
to
Yeah,
go with
based on the year.
said
A
date.
lot of numbers in this trivia one. A lot
Yeah.
of random numbers.
And none of them are 2003, which is what I was going with originally.
Like a 2008?
Yeah, but this is two post for 2008.
Yeah.
See, I don't even know what I'm talking about now.
No.
Chimneys for 2008. They didn't
Way
need that
too
kinda-
many chimneys.
They had central heating by then.
Well, it depends. Is it in Denver? Because they need that many chimneys.
It is in Denver. And it's
Catching my
where
drift.
they came from.
Big fat D for me. That's what I'm going with.
All right. I'm gonna go with 1864. B.
That is true.
Correct.
Oh, look at you. Someone's
I didn't-
kept up with his history of Denver.
It's not Denver. It's more just the era. I'm a big fan of.
The 1860s.
You're a
Maybe
big
the
fan of that there?
Mainly the 1864s.
That was
Okay.
that was a big year for you?
Big year for me. Big
Yeah.
year for history. Read a book.
Anyway, so 1864, they started brewing in 2008, which was the trying to get you on that one. And then they opened up their newest brew pub technically in 2020, but that was during the pandemic.
See, I'm not alone.
All right.
I've seen Back to the Future 3?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, 3. All right. True or false? Spice Trade Brewing has a rotating menu of food and beer that focuses on different global cuisines every 3 months.
I listened.
So false.
True.
Great listener over here.
Yeah.
It is true.
What?
That's all I have.
I don't remember the 3-month specific rotation.
I don't think I
know you
mentioned
said
3
they
months,
rotated.
but
You could have thrown us off on the 3 months thing, but I'll be honest, I didn't listen to the question past the menu with beer and food. And I went, probably.
Oh, God, you are a great partner, I'm sure.
I know.
Anyway,
I respect everything that you guys do.
I heard you start talking and I just made some assumptions and stuff.
You leaned over and I could see down your shirt.
Right. That's exactly
True.
Trying to wear a different beer shirt, and then this one's just hopefully getting us some more viewers, I guess, at that point. But all right,
Well, we're 30 minutes in. Let's
drink
crack this thing open.
I'm serious too. I am going to be reaching out to them to get a hat with this character on it because I do love their logo.
Yeah.
And as always, I'm going to let this beautiful young woman pour my beer because I suck at it.
But that's my glass.
This is my glass.
I
That's
know.
your glass.
Hold on.
So I will say, like, I was looking at some of their other beers, and they live up to their Spice Brewing name.
Sure.
Which I wasn't sure if that was just like a name of something, but like all their beers have a lot of spice heavy, they're very creative flavors in most of their beers. A lot of jalapenos, a lot of like Indian spices,
I love a jalapeno beer. Good Lord.
I love one jalapeno beer, and that's where it ends.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I can do one, but you can't give me 2 back-to-back jalapeno beers. That's
It's gonna be pounding your tums.
yeah. It's too spicy. You know I love the spice, but that's too spicy.
So this definitely
It smells very sweet.
Yeah, it's
It does.
actually I get a lot more banana-y, like
smells like
banana
banana.
that I would have thought based off of because the description of this beer has like 90 things in it. I mean, I don't know if anybody saw it, but it's
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of cigarette.
So one of the tasting notes on this was tobacco, gum,
Bubblegum, specifically.
bubblegum
Right,
specifically,
which
banana.
Which I'm trying to find.
It's probably
Yes.
under your seat.
How did you know I'm in an elementary school?
You son of a bitch.
you're not supposed to be that close.
Oh, that's good though.
It is very good. So it's not.
I'll let that one go.
I lost what I was.
This isn't as for a Belgian double. This one's what 7.5.
Yeah, 7.5, which is
Right.
standard for a double. They're
It's-
usually between, like, I think it was 6 and 8.5. I think
Right.
were the like.
So the 8.5 version gets boozy much quicker.
Yes,
7.5 is a nice mid range for this
it's
one.
not. It's not boozy. Like a little, but not to the point where I'm like, oh, I don't know.
I could go with banana pudding.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
There is a lot of banana.
It's very creamy. Like it's very. I don't know. It's not.
It's
I'm
not.
gonna-
It's nowhere near what I expected.
Right.
Based off the description of it.
Right. I'm going to be honest. I was very concerned that I wasn't going to like this, and I was going to try and drink it on camera and not have one of those faces of like,
oh, I had this.
right. And then I'm like, well, let's just keep talking about it. And
I'm
I'm
only making that face because it's weird, but not in a bad. It almost doesn't taste like. I think we've been having so many just like straight up like IPA. We've been having like just beers. So suddenly we've got this like sweet fruity thing that's throwing me off.
See, it's all banana for me. Like that's really all I get on the front end of this one. The back end, or like what they consider to be like your mouth coating or mouth feel on it, is way more what I expect out of a Belgian double. Like it's a little bit maltier, a little bit. I don't want to say cleaner, but I don't know where tobacco and bubblegum comes in.
it's creamy to me. Like it's kind of like
like
very
clean,
smooth.
right? That's your mouth coating. That's what, when you look at the tasting notes, that's that mouthfeel, mouth coating portion of things. So whether it's on the front end or the back end.
This is a very confusing beer for me. I'm very confused.
We know that, Phil.
Per usual.
Wait, no, about the beer.
It almost feels like just like I'm drinking a soda in a sense rather than a beer. I don't know why I'm getting that.
It's very sweet. I'm getting like a lot of like sweet sugar, and then it's kind of got like a slight tartness to it, which is a weird combination with like the banana creaminess.
Yeah, because normally I think of like the bananas, like that banana flavor.
It's like a Hefeweizen.
Yeah, like a Hefeweizen, which I'm not normally a big fan of.
There's dessert. You smoke it. Yes. It's so once again living up to their name of Spice Trade.
Yeah,
it's got a lot of very interesting, like eclectic flavors to it for a beer, and it's been a long time since I've had a beer that made me kind of go, what is this?
There's one brewery locally near us that does a lot of really heavy ingredients, like volume wise, different ingredients. They have a series of beers that has like 15 ingredients in every single one. Varies, not this version or not this style, but very similar idea. And it's always interesting to me because you never really know what to expect based off the look of it or the description of it until you just have one.
Right. Because you might like try to place one of the like ingredients and you can't find it at all, but you get something weird.
I think that's what's going on for me right now because we read the description on it, which I think screwed me up. If I hadn't read the description on it, I think I might have just been like, oh, it's a really dark Hefeweizen.
There's
the description is brewed with Belgian candied sugar and the exotic tamarind fruit, popular throughout India, drinks with complex notes of plum and tart raisins. I forgot about the raisins.
I was like, it's light tartness, tart sour. Yeah. Yes, very little bitterness. Like the IBU is like super low, and that's actually really traditional for the Belgian double style.
Muddle Pud is back. I just wanted to point that out.
That's fine.
It's my favorite.
Well, let's find out what some other people think of this as well, because we'll see what they have to say.
Oh, wait, are we doing those?
Bit of cigarettes.
This is so at this part we go through Untapped, the social media beers, which we have talked about. We find out what some other people think of this beer and kind of see if we agree with them, disagree, and also see if there's anything that we can kind of comment on if there's weird pictures. But this one's pretty normal.
This one's not normal. I think this gentleman put a cigarette out in his beer. The
comment's not normal. The photo's normal. He's clearly at the brewery trying all the beer.
So this is coming from a person who has literally never smoked a cigarette in their entire life. I don't get it. Like, I don't taste it. I don't smell it. But then again, I've never smoked. So.
I don't get either one of those either.
No, I don't.
Shit ton of cigarettes.
I'm aware.
Yeah, I've smoked with you. So
let's not get into our personal affairs.
Fair.
I
don't even know who you are.
You son of a bitch. No, but yeah, I don't like. So when I read the description of it and it said tobacco, I thought maybe it was just going to be like that's the description they used for something that gave it a little bit more of like an earthy feel. But I don't even get that. It's mainly banana for me. Let me rephrase that. Let me not say that on a live internet feed. Mainly banana for me. All right.
And I know bananas.
I gotta think before I speak. I apologize.
Little no carbonation. Nice raisiny aroma and flavor. Fairly traditional double with little no carbonation. Fairly light and a bit flat but tasty. So.
See, I get the carbonation, which is why I was like, I feel like I'm drinking a soda more than I'm drinking a beer.
Right. I mean, like looking at it, I mean, granted, it's, been sitting here for a minute, but like I'm getting like there's still bubbles and it's still, I don't know, it's not flat. But it's more creamy to me, which means that in theory, it's not as effervescent as like a highly carbonated drink.
But if you noticed when we had the scale up earlier, it actually spoke to the carbonation of this specific style.
Isn't it naturally carbonated?
It was light, and it was like, light to visible bubbles is how they described it. So it's not going to be as carbonated as some of the other ones.
I'm seeing a lot of bubbles.
Well,
And I was gonna say,
But maybe
also-
things are different here on the moon. Things sometimes, a little bit more bubbles up here.
Belgian doubles, I think, are warm fermented, so I think that creates a lot of natural carbonation too.
Hey, Daniel.
hey,
You say this all the time.
why does it taste like banana? I'm not mad at all. I'm just, why?
Why does it taste like banana? It's one of the literal, it's one of the flavor notes of all Belgian doubles.
Yeah, exactly.
This one I like because the guy who comments is like, it has banana in it. Like,
Right, yeah, exactly.
that is
Mainly
why.
I didn't even see
The
that.
banana.
Why does this taste like banana? It literally has banana.
I'm sorry. Where is Cody W from? Does that say Wanatucky?
Yep.
Can someone who is not using this interface Google Wanatucky
Maybe it's Wanatucky.
or Wanatucky? I
No.
don't know.
Let's go with Wanatucky. That's just so much better.
I don't know. Because it comes up as a location, like a geocached location, like people are there. And that sounds made up.
Wouldn't you be somewhere called Wanatucky if you could?
No.
Nah,
There'd be an F in there, but sure. It's got to be in Texas somewhere.
no.
Well, Cody and you both love having.
Money's in the banana stand.
Always in the banana stand.
Oh wait, this is the same one. Hold on.
Yeah, you
There
went
we
back.
go. Look, it was a long day of doing nothing. All right.
We just start the weekend. Exotic, Tamarind.
I just like this one because he's like, it's just what the doctor ordered. Because those doctors, they order beer constantly.
If you have cancer, no doctor is giving you a Belgian double prescription.
He's giving you a real beer.
Thank you. He's going, go home, take 2 of these, drink a gallon of whiskey. However, a plum. I didn't think about that. The raisins, yes, but
The plum was in there. I think
Is
it's in
it?
the tasting notes. I remember reading that somewhere.
Hmm.
Is it on the can? Where did I read it?
is it on the can? Did I see it on the can?
But where is this guy checking in? Untapped at Home? Is
Yeah.
that a name of a place?
Hey,
It is. On the
don't
can.
check my Untapped because the pandemic was real. A lot
I
of
loved
Untapped.
when they added that. It should have been there to begin with. So
I agree.
Although we got to check in on really fun things that are around the corner. I checked in at the CVS and Starbucks all the time. And
There used to be, for whatever reason, there used to be a playground. It had so the picture was like a swing, and it said Tiffany's Island of Mischief. If you go to my original check-ins, my first almost 1,000 check-ins when I was at home were at Tiffany's Island of Mischief, and it has a playground category.
But wait, what?
no
So
questions. No questions are allowed.
okay, no, that's not allowed. I have to ask.
I'm ready.
Was this already there, or did?
Yeah.
Yes.
But it
So-
wasn't actually near my house. He searched for my name and
Right.
it popped up. As
I think it was
somewhere-
in like another city over.
I think it was in Norfolk. I think it was kind of far away.
Okay, so you looked for it.
Yes.
Well, I looked for Tiffany, and then that's the first thing, and then from there on, I was like, Tiffany's
I like to
Island.
think you looked up Island of Mischief and then Tiffany popped up. You were like, oh, well.
I should date her.
No.
We should hang out.
I mean, we should, but I don't think that's how it happened.
I think that's exactly how it happened.
Okay. So, Phil, what are you gonna
you're
do?
throwing it at me first.
Yeah, what are you gonna rate this beer since you're so confused about life?
No, I actually, I'm struggling with this one. With one of you go first.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the fact that it is a little bit sweeter, but at the same time, it's not what I like out of a Belgian double. I'd like it to be a little.
What's sorry to interrupt, but what's a Belgian double that's more common that I could try if I never had a Belgian double?
The Chimay ones. Those
Yeah,
they're actually Trappist ales. They're phenomenal.
I'm
Okay.
trying to think of something
I think
that's.
the blue one is the double.
I'm trying to think of something that's widely.
Chimay. Chimay is you can Google to find that.
No, you can't.
When you come visit, I will.
No, I know Chimay. It is out there. I've never bought one though.
Right.
Yeah, so those are all Trappist ales. Those are traditional Trappist ales
Okay.
because they are actually brewed in a monastery.
Huh.
Very fun.
Shouldn't they be praising the Lord?
I mean, they are.
Or-
And then they're also brewing
That's right. Yeah.
New Belgium.
That's the one I'm thinking of. Was the New Belgium one? I can't think of the name of it though.
If anyone knows, let me know.
Yeah, we'll find out. But
Sorry,
so
continue.
that being said, I'd like it to be maybe a little less banana and a little boozier. I'd like a higher ABV out of a double.
It's well within the range.
I understand that. I'd like an 8%er. I
You're
am
just
who
an
I am.
alcoholic, and that's fine.
It's fine.
Well, if you're going to call it a double, it should be
thank
a
you.
little higher.
Yeah, agreed. No, but so I'm not a huge banana fan, like heavy banana like this, and that's like a lot of what I get out of it.
That's not what you said earlier.
I like a little banana, but not a lot of banana.
I can't. Keep going.
No one's
Continue.
gonna just the tip me.
I-
Okay, that's fine. So I'm gonna give it 3 1/4 bottle caps. 3.25.
Tiffany, you're up. You know I like a good
That's all I can think of. Is,
Okay, so I don't usually like heavy banana flavors because I feel, for whatever reason, every time I eat anything that's not actually a banana and it tastes like banana, it just reminds me of those like runt candies.
Oh my god, which is
And
the
I
only
hate
banana I
them.
like.
I
The
hate
little
them.
runts.
And fun fact, banana flavors that they use is actually from a extinct strain of banana that was wiped out by a banana plague. So the current bananas that we eat are not the ones they used for the flavoring in like the 50s when they were like originally developing that flavor. So that's true.
What are
you
we
can Google
talking
it.
about?
I don't like banana flavor. I like actual bananas.
2 1/4 stars, she says. Next.
No. I was gonna go with 3.5 because this isn't boozy, and so
Okay.
therefore I like it more than usual.
So the opposite reason why
Right,
yeah,
I-
that makes sense.
I don't mind the banana, even though it's banana-y, because it doesn't. It's not like a funky banana to me. I don't know. There's a weird banana thing.
Yeah.
But it's not boozy. It's very easy. It's clean and it's like creamy. So 3.5,
Okay.
which is pretty good. I feel like that's like my standard rating for
Absolutely.
pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Now wait, Phil, before you go, because I know you needed time to think about it.
I did.
Is Vero, are you having the beer as well?
She is having the beer.
So
Ooh, yay.
Vero, what would you
Oh, yeah. Farrell, what is your score? You gotta.
base, 1 to 5, and you can work on the quarter, basically.
We'll kill some time while we wait for Vero's score.
What does that mean? What should I do?
Oh, I was gonna drink while you talked. I just threw it all at you.
Shit, you
Yeah.
gotta warn me.
No.
How about politics, though? Am I right?
Ooh, yeah. Let's talk about that. That's what.
No, wait.
everyone-
Save it for my wish you were beer.
Oh, right. We have a wish you were beer section tonight, which I always prepare so far in advance.
So literally, we get into this broadcast studio about 5 minutes before the show starts every week, and the first question is, "Hey, did you pick anything that you wish was beer?" And Phil always goes, "Oh yeah, you guys go first."
Except for like a week or two ago, he was like, I'm on it. Let me go. Let's do it."
Sometimes I really think about it, but well, it's Daniel, I've got some things to do for the show. I don't just get to show up and look pretty like Tiffany.
Could you even imagine?
This week I was real late on all my questions. I was like, hold on, I gotta work till 5. I'll get them to you at 5:15. And then
Vera,
I
you have not
you-
given us a score. That's what we're waiting for. You're holding the whole show up. Let's start yelling at our 4 people that are watching about what they're doing. How dare you? Just leave.
No.
1 through 5.
Hashtag top fan.
1 through 5.
You don't talk about Gabriel.
No.
Where
Vero
is
messaged
Gabriel?
us on Instagram. She says 3.
Ooh.
Solidarity.
I mean, you said 3.25.
Don't yell at me, Phil. That makes sense. All right, so Phil, what are you going with?
Oh. All right, so let me clarify. So I always have to talk about how I score things before I officially score them, because
Sure.
that way it justifies the whole thing. So I'm really struggling with this beer. I'm really struggling. I don't think I know the kind of beer it is enough to score it fairly in that sense.
like against other Belgian doubles.
Yes. I don't know. Maybe this isn't a type of beer I like, which is foreshadowing where my score is going.
Got it.
So it's not maybe for me. I maybe need to try another one to figure out whether or not this one was a good one. And I will edit if need be.
That's fine.
On my personal one. But as I've always stated, when I score on Untapped, it is about whether or not I would order the beer again.
Okay.
If it is under a 3, that tells me, because this is how I use the program. I go, if I'm at a bar and I'm like, oh, have I had that beer? I look it up. If it's under 3, not going to order it again.
Okay.
If it's over 3, it goes, yeah, I'll probably enjoy it. I'll get it again.
Sure.
That's how I roll. I don't want this beer again.
Fair.
So
Okay.
I'm going 2.75 because I think it is good, but I just don't want it again.
Fair. Everyone has individual taste. Yeah.
But I do have to say I feel bad because I do know that Untapped is so harsh where it comes to if like you put up a bad score, it can be harsh on the brewery. So I do feel bad, but at the same time, Untapped, I don't have a screen for that, Vero. I have to make one.
We're on the screen for Phil's rambling.
I don't ramble often. So I think I feel bad about giving not a great score, which I don't normally do, and I haven't done that. I normally go very high.
Feel bad about it. I think you explained it well enough.
Yeah. But if you look at my Untapped, and it's like, whoa, this guy's a jerk. I don't want to be a jerk because this brewery seems like a cool place. I just don't think this beer is for me.
I think at the end of the day, score the beer how you want to, and then go try some other Belgian doubles. Have a Belgian triple, a quad. Go try all the rounds of them, and then come back to it, and then be like, oh, wait a minute.
I'm gonna say that, and because Beer Drop is out of Denver and so is Spice Trade, I can guarantee you there's gonna be more of their beers, and you can try different styles.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So you're not like, oh, it's the whole brewery is terrible. It's just you may not like them.
I mean,
I think that's what I have to discover, and I think
that was a very sarcastic tone. I would just like throw it out there. I'm not judging the brewery based on one beer. That would be Phil.
I will say though, I would absolutely go to this brewery because I was looking at their menu and I loved the beer selection is crazy. There's so many. I like that they're getting creative, and I like that. So I would definitely go back, but I would not order this one again.
Interesting.
I really want to go. So I was looking at like their beer and food pairings, and maybe it's just because I'm a fat kid, but I was very excited for all the different beer pairings.
Yeah.
Maybe if I ate something that paired with this beer, it would be a whole different experience. Then I'd go back and edit my Untapped.
And washed rind cheeses, or perhaps a hot chocolate or milk chocolate or whatever it was.
Washed rind cheeses?
Yes.
That is an actual statement.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, that was my response to when I read that as well. Was
Isn't like Parmesan washed
but you know
rind
what?
cheese?
But you know what's worse?
You
know what's worse than washed cheese? Unwashed cheese.
Unwashed cheese. You're damn right.
Also, sorry, Phil.
Well, it happens.
Yeah, what you get.
We're gonna have our own podcast about hair. It's fine.
Please. It'll never surmount to Rocket League.
No. Did anyone do the math? Because we had a 3.25.
Correct.
3.5 and a 2.75. Where does that put us? That's
3.
kind of weird. Is it a solid 3 or is it a 3.25? It can go between those two.
It's a between, so let's just go to 3 because that's less math.
Well, but the two of you are higher than that, so should it go up?
I have not.
Can you tell I'm trying to protect the fact that I gave it a bad score?
No, Phil, your score brought the curve down, basically. Thank you.
Oh, great. Thanks. I feel much better now.
I'm trying to explain it in a nice way.
It's a solid 3, which means that technically I have to have it again at some point because it's a solid 3.
I mean, I think if you try,
don't have to have anything, Phil. I don't think anyone's forced. Except for that guy behind
sure
you.
I do.
Watch out for that guy behind you. I don't know what he's doing over there.
No, he's cool. He's cool. He's still sitting there. All right. Well, now we are at the point of the show where we start talking about what we wish was actually beer. It's kind of a chance for us to just kind of talk about what's going on with our day, what's going on with our week, something that we either wish was beer because it sucks or that we wish it was beer because it's great. Basically an excuse to talk about anything. Let's get into it. What do you wish was actually beer?
The real question on this segment always is,
Who goes first?
Who's got one on the fly?
Tiffany.
So I was very dyslexic this week, and I kept thinking of things that I wanted beer to be.
Like you spelled there wrong. Like you switched the E and the I. And...
Easy. It is going to haunt her enough.
I don't. It disappears.
It's a good thing that Beer Drop didn't repost it.
That's why we only have 4 viewers. We're not going to follow these idiots.
Can't even spell.
Anyway, no, but I kept going back to like what I wished like beer was, because beer is easier. So like, for example, interviews, I'm trying to switch internally to a different role. And I had no idea that I was actually going to be interviewed today by multiple people. And I was in zero makeup. Like, thank goodness I had showered and washed my hair, but I'm in like a ratty t-shirt. And I was like, oh, we're on video and there are multiples of you.
Should have been wearing that tank.
Yeah, I'm secured.
No. Anyway, so I guess I wish that interviews were beer, because beer is easier, and at least I know what I'm gonna get. Usually, this one
and you kill it.
I mean, I feel like I did really well, but it was like an internal role with just different team. But they like legitimately like win, like, because our resumes are like on our HR website, and so you can kind of like pull and see what everyone's done, and you keep it up to date. So anyway, I was like legitimately interviewed today, and I was not ready. And like one of the questions, because I think in the previous like couple like webcasts I talk about how I've done like facilitation and stuff and how I have zero problems with it, and they were asking about it, and I was like, oh, it's fine, like I'm like a weird theater kid, like I can get up in front of everyone and like talk. And I was like, God, I am just not coming up with like the good one-liners here. I'm doing a lot of hand gestures, and anyway, so we'll see if I get on the team or not. Probably gonna stay where I am, which is fine. I also like what I'm doing now, so it's really a win-win situation.
Sure.
Anyway, that's it. That's what I wish was beer. Interviews, because I had no idea it was coming.
Fair.
And sometimes that's fun. Like when you drink a beer, you have no idea what's coming, and then you drink it, and you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to like it.
The 2.75.
2.75.
Daniel, what do you wish was beer?
No,
hey,
absolutely not. No.
All right.
Your turn.
So you had politics lined up.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, you don't. I was actually really excited.
I hate life enough.
I was really excited for a minute. I was like, oh, yay! But I knew better.
So for me, and if anyone else has a what they wish was beer, put it in the comments so it gives us something to talk about. What I wish was beer this week was, maybe you guys don't have to deal with this, but dog poop bags.
Oh, no. As a kind human being, you deal with that. Pick up after
Well, you guys don't have to deal with it in the way that someone who lives in New York City has to, which is like, if you don't have one, you are fucked.
Right.
Like, yeah. So this morning, walking Sully, going into a ramble. This is why I haven't created a ramble, because I know that way you guys can't stop me. Walking Sullivan, we're going out. He takes like a half poop. Do you know, like when dogs like they just, you're like, dude, that wasn't it. You're just trying to stay out here longer. But, so I'm like, well, I gotta pick this up because it's New York and everywhere because I'm a decent human being. But I pull out the bag, and then you have that scary moment of like, oh no, this is it. This is all I have. And so if it was beer, you better be right. I wouldn't just have one left. And so therefore, I wish dog poop bags were beer, because I would never just have one.
Always have a sixer.
I would always have a sixer. I'd always have more. I'm not a guy who keeps one beer in his fridge. Like,
please. What is this?
No.
Vietnam.
So that's what I wish was beer. Dog poop bags. Never thought I'd say that, but here I am.
I am perfectly okay with this. There you go.
All right, Kirsten. Oh, poor Kirsten. Kirsten has a lot of very small children. So her children are playing with Play-Doh right now, and she wishes that was beer. They'd be much sleepier, and it's easier to clean up. 100%. Although, if they drink too much, then it's a lot of vomit, and that is not fun at all.
Easy to clean up, though.
No, it's not fun.
I'm familiar.
Also, Kirsten, I promise it will get better. Now my kids just hate me, and that's fine.
Vero says, I wish Tucker Carlson were beer because even if you were a mix of banana and tobacco, I'd be interested. Which is very true.
That is fair. Yeah.
I actually just posted a clip of Jon Stewart when he went on.
Oh, that was so good.
It was floating around Twitter today, and a couple of
Crossfire. Oh,
God,
so
it
good.
was so good. And I posted it, and I was like, man.
And I love that he has not worn a bow tie since that interview.
No, because he was like, I'm never gonna not call you intelligent. Those are hard to tie, and just moved right on like he didn't even exist. And I was like, cheers.
Daniel,
All right, I guess it's my turn.
It is your turn. Waiting on you, Haas.
I'm staying in the kiddie pool, my friends. The thing from this week I wish was beer was Bill and Melinda Gates, so that I could continue to enjoy them together. Because it's been a rough year on rich people getting divorced. I don't know if y'all are familiar, but we lost Kim and Kanye.
oh,
They're still alive, but we lost them as a
R.I.P. R.I.P.
Jesus, you know. And then what? J-Lo and A-Rod?
Oh,
How do
Gone.
you know so much about
Gone.
it?
And now Bill and Melinda Gates.
Oh, you forgot Bezos. What's his face?
and Bezos.
Oh,
That was
yeah,
last year.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
this is all this year.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
So
I mean, J-Lo has more rings than Tom Brady, but that's she. I mean, we all should have seen it coming. Let's be honest. But it was super sad.
Though. So Kim and Kanye are gone. So I have nowhere to understand social media influencing or fashion or God himself because that's Kanye.
Yeezy.
Please. So J-Lo.
That's our Yeezy podcast that happens on Sunday afternoons. Is that when we do
That
it?
actually starts Thursday nights and goes into Friday mornings. We're very busy.
It's a late night.
11:30 Thursday night and 6:30 Friday morning.
Continue.
I'm just saying, I've lost all my fashion guidance, my relationship guidance, my financial guidance. Can't we just stay together for the kids? I don't understand. So I wish they were beer so that I could enjoy them all together. Yeah.
Thanks, Vero. I agree. Stick to that Rocket League.
You know we can't afford a TV.
Oh.
Too busy buying Bob Ross glasses.
Right?
You just got a
You
shelf
think
of them
this
at
shit
this
grows
point.
on trees and I've got E? No. The only E I'm purchasing is an ecstasy. I have never purchased ecstasy. People did it
Not
to
since college.
me. All right, so here's my other question. What are we doing? What are we doing next week? Are we doing Bell's?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe we're doing Two Hearted Ale from Bell's
Right.
Brewery.
And this one should be pretty easy, even without beer drop. They're pretty well nationally distributed. So Bell's Two Hearted, it's got a beautiful little fish on it.
It is another IPA
But this is also one of the top ranked IPAs in
the country.
In the
it actually
country?
is the top.
Is it still?
Yeah. So Two Hearted and Pliny the Elder kind of go back and forth with the top spot.
Right.
I have
Pliny
not-
the Elder is easier to find now. It used to be like,
It used to be really hard to find.
yeah.
I mean, it's still difficult to find. I do have a
We have a variant.
double
of it.
dry hopped
My favorite.
variant, which we're gonna do for
Reminds me of middle school.
Daniel loves it dry.
A lot of dry hop.
Double dry.
what is wrong with you? But anyway, that's gonna be a.
We're just talking about college again.
No, I said middle school, Bill. I don't know what you're doing in college. You're doing it wrong.
Sorry, continue. Two Hearted.
I didn't even kiss someone until I was like 14.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
okay.
And then it was all downhill after that.
Kirsten, I was a total loser and know what to do. That's fine.
So anyway,
I'm
go
going to
find
say,
Bell's.
I have to say about this beer, I oddly have, this is going to be, I'm on a beer show. I should know more about beer, but I think it's fun that I don't know much. And this beer I have
a lot of slack, Phil. I'm gonna need you to pick it up.
this beer I don't know about, and I've never had it, and I've recently read about this. Someone posted it on Reddit once, and I was like, what? Because I've seen it, and someone was like, this is like the best IPA. So I'm very excited about this beer.
Yeah.
So good news.
That's where it
One
is.
week to learn about it. Yeah.
Do your research.
Oh no, I'm not gonna do any research.
You could win trivia. You could win trivia.
No, that's your job. I learn while I'm on the show. Very excited about this beer though, because I've heard it's like the IPA. I heard this is like the beer to have.
A very good one.
Yes.
Easy to find, fantastic beer. So we'll see.
Easier to find on the East Coast, I believe, but I believe the West Coast has gotten a pretty good.
The West Coast is not watching. It's like 6 p.m. there.
Kirsten's on. Her kids are still awake.
Well, she's an alcoholic, so
She's trying to get away from her kids.
Yeah.
Anything I can do. Give me something.
Noise canceling headphones. We exchanged some photos earlier of like, oh yeah, noise canceling headphones, best purchase so far.
All right. Well, listen, I don't want to have to leave the live broadcast to pee again, but we're getting close. So.
Yep, I feel you. I'll close it out then, because that's apparently my job.
That's what you do.
I don't do enough on this show. Let me close it out too.
Good Lord, martyr.
Yeah, everyone, thank you for watching tonight.
Bye,
This was a fun one. I enjoyed having a beer that I have never had. Like, this was fun. I'm looking forward to the next weeks. We do have our next upcoming beers on our website. It's also already scheduled on YouTube, so you can see everything that's coming up for the next 3 weeks. We're going to add more soon. Check us out on Wish You Were Beer Show on Instagram.
Yes.
Wish.you.
Yeah, there's a lot of dots in between each word.
Yep. And subscribe, like. Can you guys hear the sirens?
Yes, I love it.
Welcome to New York. I think they're coming back.
He's dancing around.
They heard Daniel talking about middle school, and now they're just showing up at my door.
Oh, God.
Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Guys, I'm so looking forward to seeing you again next week to try this beer.
Yes. Thank you.
Have a great week.
You too, bud.
All right.
Bye, guys.
See ya.